What is up, guys? Welcome to the Reverse Scoop Cricket Weekly podcast with Adam and Nabil. How are we, Nabil?
Good, Adam. How you doing, man? Another week here at Cricket Weekly. We're back at it. It's getting cold out here in the Northeast, man. We got our hoodies on. I mean, at least I do. So
I had
I
the
don't know
hoodie
about
on.
you.
I had the hoodie was on,
Oh yeah.
but it's hot here. We're ready to go for a podcast. I took the hoodie off. Couldn't
Oh,
get
there
that
you
hot.
go, man. Seems like there's a lot of spicy and hot information coming out tonight, then, huh?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I
Oh
mean, it was.
man.
How was your weekend? You're coming off the back of this cricket season. You probably had no cricket this weekend, right? No cricket for you this
Yeah, it
weekend.
was my first. It was my first weekend off. I hung out with the family. I chilled, and just relaxed. I did come visit you guys for a little bit on that league tournament. Not a league tournament, but whatever the end of the season tournament's going on here, the SPM tournament. So I
Oh,
saw
were
you
you there
umpiring a
Saturday?
match.
Oh, you
Yeah, yeah,
did?
yeah. I stopped by for a little bit. I was in the corner just watching from my car.
Oh, there
But
you go. Yeah, I umpired. I got the call up. I was on the way home from work. They called me up like, "Oh, no, umpire." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm coming in." So they delayed the game like half an hour or so, and then yeah, I umpired, and it was really cool. It was a couple things from it. The first one was it was the first time I hadn't seen some sort of argument or like altercation between the two sides with me umpiring, because I think
good
it's like
control.
because, it's really you've only got three types of people playing cricket here. You got Pakistanis, you got Indian, and you got West Indian. And in some level, they all want to fight with each other about something. And then you got me
Oh.
here, who isn't in any of those categories. And then it's like, yes, umpire, yes, sir, yes, umpire, sir, yes, sir. I'm like, this is great.
That's awesome. That's good, man. All those players are emotional, emotional beings. So,
Oh yeah, oh
especially on a
yeah,
cricket field. So, being an umpire and controlling that is not an easy task. So,
oh yeah.
that's tough to you, man.
I honestly loved it. Like the LBs, like some of the LBs in the Knicks, like they're going up for Corpelheims. I'm like, no, he wasn't even. No, there was nothing there. And then there'll be like ones where they hit the ground
Yeah.
with their bat, and they go up for the Corpelheim. I'm like, no, he hit the ground, mate. Like not even close. And then some LBs, like sneaky LBs. I'm like, nah. And then someone I'm like, yeah, that's good. And but sometimes they sit there and they're like, look where my leg is. And I'm like, yes, your leg is now planted outside of the leg stump, but you were moving your leg when you got hit in the pad by the ball, and I couldn't see any of the stumps. So if I can't see any of the stumps when the ball hits your pad, it's gonna hit one of the stumps.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I mean, you got to explain all of that to these players, right? On one decision, on one call. But
Yeah, I was very fair. Like I was very lenient on the wides, especially on the offside. I'm like, if you can reach that ball, if you step to reach and swing and it's
yeah,
on the line, not calling it a wide. If you let it go, I'll probably call it a wide. And if
yeah,
it's on the line and swinging in, no. If it's on the line swinging away, maybe I'll call it. But I was very generous. I feel
that's
like I
good,
was
man.
very generous because, like, you can reach those wide balls technically in that wide crease. I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that was a good weekend right there. A match of umpiring. You get to, still be part of the cricket community, and a lot of the guys that are sitting at home could be umpiring, and having a
Yeah,
good
it
time
was
and
great.
learning, doing that level one coaching that you were telling me about before we went live. So we spoke
Yeah.
about this last week. On our Cricket Weekly, the USA Cricket launching the level one coaching and umpiring workshop. So how's that been going? If you want to walk the viewers through, like that are interested about it. I know
Yeah,
you
so if you
do a
guys
little.
are interested in getting the coaching, specifically the coaching, first of all, you have to download the app. It's like some ICC has an app that basically you get your first level ICC level 1 accreditation, which appears to be a couple of hours of video footage and then questionnaire. I started with the app. I downloaded the app. I went through the first couple videos. It tells you how long each video is going to go for and how long each module
Yeah.
is. It looks to be a couple of hours long. So once you get that done, then you have to have that completed before you can register to then go to the actual USA cricket accreditation system, where over the next month they're having 1-day events that go for 8 hours long in Atlanta, Dallas, Missouri, and LA. So I'm going to try to get to one of these events. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it can work out and we can get to one of these events. Yeah, obviously, like the first one is this next weekend, not this weekend, but the next weekend, which would be the final of this MPM and SPM Cup,
Yeah.
which we could be in. I could be in if we win. We're having a doubleheader Saturday, doubleheader, 72 Avenue, Hospital Avenue, Danbury. We're playing 2 games in back to back. So hopefully we can, if we win both those games, then we'll make the final. If we only win one of those games, then it'll be 50-50 to make the final.
Who are you playing? Are you playing New Milford?
We're playing New Milford and West Haven all on the same day.
Oh, I might come out for one of that games.
Yes,
then. All right, Adam, I will
out.
see you.
I
told those guys, I want to take the time off, get away, but you're reviving that love again.
It's a couple hours. It's a couple hours.
Yeah.
we're short right now, and it's like, what? It's like, you know anyone? I'm like, Nabil.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but he's gonna play for New Milford. I'm like, well, he can come and field for us if he needs.
Yeah,
to.
sure, man. I got you guys.
I'm like, I think at this point, like, we just want to field 11 players on each side and make sure we have a good game. Like, it's not really up for sheet stations,
man.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
I think we can do some content too that day,
and some content. Some content, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. So, the viewers that are just joining us, tonight's agenda, right, is to discuss USA Cricket's new partnerships, their A-team formation, the squad announcements for the Nepal series, and to go over the new media releases. So a lot to cover there, Adam. A lot of big news, came out this past week. So
I'm very excited. The team lists came out, and I'm very excited. Very, very excited. And also, I want to go back and clip something from maybe like our first or second episode, because we brought up in one of those episodes about an A team.
We did.
We brought up a second 11 in one of our episodes, and lo and behold, USA Cricket has released an A team. And if you guys don't know what an A team is, if you guys don't know what the A team is, basically, if you have your starting team, like you call it varsity, right? Is varsity the word you use for like high school, right? So your varsity side, your regular
junior
side,
varsity.
Then you have the secondary side, which you may call like AAA, if you call it baseball, like the AAA side, or your second 11, or what you would call the A team. So USA A is basically the second 11, the second best group of guys, the second best opening partnership, the second best bowlers, and they're going to be playing warm-up games for the invitational teams that are coming over, Scotland and Nepal and whoever's coming over. They're going to play invitational matches for them, warm them up, and also basically introducing this whole system that we mentioned about Australia A, where the second 11 plays games to get the next level stars in games before the actual tournaments start. That's how it works in Australia. The A team will play the touring nation in the weeks before the actual tests or one day start. They televise those games. People watch those games. They even have Australia A versus Australia games just to get people get them warmed up, So very, very exciting times. And there's a lot from the media release that is to be happy and excited about.
Absolutely. And like, I want to ask the viewers, if they, with this new A team coming in, which young or upcoming players do you hope will get a spot in this lineup? Because there's a lot of, players that are hidden in USA Cricket. And, I want to get these names out into the open, right? I want to get the viewers that are watching us, to drop players that they know either in their leagues or in, their states or, wherever they may be playing. And then they know that this player will become the next big thing. So drop, the names of the players in the comments. We want to highlight those players and, potentially hashtag them to come out and do an interview on the podcast. So that definitely drop those names. As you can see the question on the screen, we would love to know who are these hidden gems across USA Cricket, which we know are there, but, a lot of people haven't heard of these guys. So would love to, kind of have some names that, can get into that. I
think the top of the list, I think McLemore got named in the first 11, I believe, which is awesome. And I don't know if you're going to bring up the screen at all, but we have Ali Khan is back in the starting 11, which is the most exciting thing ever. And Jones is back, coming off the back of a great, he had a CPL series, the West Indian League. He got 48 not out in that last game to win. So he's back, great, role model for USA Cricket. Gauss is back, Goose is back. I call him Goose. I'm going to call him Goose until everyone else starts calling him Goose. Yeah. Yeah.
Goose.
But yeah, no, it's just great. But and then probably the biggest thing that we see that's left out of the side is Taylor. Taylor is not in the side, hasn't been named in either of the 11, the first 11 or second 11. I don't know if that's off form or if there's something else going on, but that's the first noticeable thing because he was the opening batter in the World Cup. So you're assuming they're going to go with McLemore and Gauss to open, or even Jones to open potentially. Hopefully, we have Patel coming in at like 4. I like him in at 4. But yeah, let's have a look at the full lineup here. Nabil's bringing that up for us now.
Yep, bringing it up right now. So, as we can see, first off, let's say the Steak and Stars 2024 Summit Trophy. As you see the name there, they're their new title sponsor. So that's another big news from the sponsorship end from USA Cricket. They're going to be sponsoring this series and the rest of 2024, and they've become a principal partner, whatever that means, to the men's USA Cricket. Yeah, that's a big news there. With the sponsorships, it seems like things are going in the right direction. And if we look at the squad for the series against Nepal, we got Monank Patel, the captain, Andres Gauss, Abhishek Paratkar, Aaron Jones, Harmeet Singh, John Roy Drysdale, Muhammad Ali Khan, Milan Kumar, Noshtush Kenjige, Jasdeep Singh, Saurabh Netravalkar, Saiteja Mukamala, Shayan Jangir, Utkarsh Srivatsava, and Yasir Muhammad. So looks, there's a few changes in there from their tour, to the Scotland, I think, right, where they were traveling. So there's a couple of changes in the squad. Obviously, Ali Khan, as you mentioned, is back into the squad.
Yeah, so Patel being his captain, that's that's been that's been always there. I don't think this is obviously the lineup like 1 through 11.
Yeah, well, Jasdeep Singh was captaining the last like 4 or 5 T20s or the last series, if you remember.
Right. Yeah.
So
So I don't know
Monank
if
is back in the
was
lineup.
out. Yeah. So just so the viewers know, we're back in the USA. These games are going to be played in Grand Prairie in Texas, which is awesome. It's back on home soil. We should get a good turnout to these games. So that's great. If you can get to these games, if you're in Texas, get to these games. They're going to be exciting games. And yeah, this is a slightly different version of the team that you saw in the World Cup. So you'd almost say half the team is different. Almost half the team is different. So Paratkar didn't play the World Cup. Drysdale played a couple games in the World Cup. Ali Khan is back. So I don't know if he actually played the World Cup. But Kumar is in. He's been doing really well. Didn't play World Cup. McLemore, the young guy we were mentioning a few weeks ago, been doing very well. He's into the side. Shari, I don't know how to say that. Shari Vatarava, that guy. And Muhammad, a new to the side, and didn't play in the World Cup, but had been playing in the Canadian Nepal series and in the latest series they played in the UAE. So very exciting. And then
it's a good squad, man. And like the first T20 starts October 17th. The second one is 19th.
On Thursday.
And, and the third one's on the 20th.
Yeah.
There's a link, I believe, of the ticket sales that USA Cricket had posted on their Facebook page for the tickets. So let me see if I can drop that in the chat for you guys because
tickets have been released. I was looking to see if I can. I was trying to get 2 birds with 1 stone. If it wasn't for these finals coming up next weekend, I would go down to that first game. I would go down to the game on the 20th, then try to do 2 birds, 1 stone. No, it's actually a Scotland game.
Yeah.
So these games are back to back. Is it all this week? And then they have Scotland the following week. I was going to try to do Scotland at Grand Prairie also, but we'll see how it works.
Yeah. And I just dropped the link in the chat for the ticket purchase for the Nepal versus USA series. So, people can take a look there and make sure they can, if they want to watch those games, they can go and purchase them and whatnot. So, and additionally, with this news, with the squad and the matches, they're to enhance, this is in the media release of USA Cricket, to enhance its roster and develop emerging talent for the national team. USAC selectors also unveiled the USA A team. This team will participate in practice matches against Scotland and Nepal prior to the start of the Cricket World um, Cup League 2 series set to take place at Prairie, Texas from October 25th. The two practice matches are scheduled for the 22nd and 23rd.
Yep.
And the USA A team matches against Scotland and Nepal. The squad is Rahul Jariwala is the captain, Shishant Modani, Nitish Kumar, Sanjay Krishnamurti, Iskandar Rohit Sharma, Utkarsh Srivastava. It seems like we have a Utkarsh here as
So,
well in
because I
the
think
A
it's a
squad as well
15,
as
I think it's a 15-man squad's name for both.
the,
So I think there he's in both because it's a 15-man squad. Not
yeah, it
expected
seems
to
like
play, but will play in the A side.
interesting. But I mean, he could be replaced with a talent that doesn't get a chance. I mean, he doesn't need to be in here if he's
Well,
already
I
in the
think it's
team
like
international squad.
because they're only gonna play the same 11 guys. So they're
Yeah.
like he's in the 15 for the ace for the regular squad, and if he doesn't start, well, he's in the A side, and then he's gonna come and play for the main team if he's needed. I think
All
that's how
right.
that works. I think that's fair. I
All
think
right.
that's fair.
Sounds
'Cause
good.
otherwise, you're gonna have three subs not playing any games. That makes you know
True.
what I mean?
No, makes sense. Makes sense. So we got Kwame Patton Jr., Vatsal Vagila, Ali Sheikh, Zia Shazad, Abhishek Paratkar, Ayan Desai, and Arin Nutkarni. So this is the A squad that's announced. And yeah, I mean, good luck to
Please
these
reach
guys.
out media at usacricket.org. That's us right there. We gotta reach
Yeah,
out to those guys.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys are, you know, are going to be playing on the 23rd and 22nd and 23rd. Yeah, they got matches. So if you're out there, I'm
Yeah.
sure, there'll be free entry for these matches. You guys should get out there and watch these games and see these players in action. And again, let us know in the comments, which players you think should make these, um, squads. If you know players and you're talented enough in your area, in your network, again, drop them in the comments. Because it's possible that they're talented enough, they just may not know the proper pathway to get connected with proper people to go for a trial. So just
Yeah.
drop them in the comments, and we'd love to help out there. To
And it's
anybody.
interesting this stake is the sponsor. I mean, it looks like they're a sports betting um a kind of app of
Yeah,
sports
yeah, it's
betting kind of
it's ironic.
organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you can even sports bet on cricket. I don't know if that's if they're probably
I
sure they
don't
have
know, but it
odds somewhere.
says, yeah, it says founded in 2017. Stake is the world's leading brand in the online gaming category. Stake.us is a free to play social sweepstakes casino with more than 2 million generated users in the US, while Stake.com reaches a global audience through its real money gaming platform. Stake.com stake boosts an extensive global sponsorship portfolio, including Canadian superstar Drake, Stake, F1 team, Everton Football Club, UFC, and many more.
Wow.
So they have
Well,
some interesting
yeah,
investments.
high profile right there, but it's good. I mean, anything is good. I mean, it is interesting, who does sponsor them. Obviously it's good that we have a major sponsor.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned a couple episodes, like in Australia, it's major brands and iconically known, like commonly known brands that kind of sponsor these things. So like cereal, like Wheat Bix and Milo, and these cereal brands, like the beer brands, VB, Tui's New, like they sponsor generally it. So I don't know how much people know about Steak, and we'll see obviously how the advertising goes during the games. Like if they do a lot of sports betting style videos and pre-roll, B-roll to get people, because obviously they got to put their name out there. It will be
Exactly.
very interesting to see how it rolls.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, this is only for, I think, the series, and 2024. The rest of 2024 is what's kind of aligned, and then they've let's read the language of what it says there. I think language says that they're going to be a principal partner of the men's team. So I just want to clarify things there. If we go, I think this is the media release that came out for the sponsorship announcement. So let's see where the information is. I'm going to try and find it for you guys so we don't have to read the full thing.
It's right there. This Steak and Star Trophy bilateral series. I like how they a little bit further down. I like how they call it like a bilateral series. It makes it seem so much more complicated than it is. I'm like bilateral. I'm
Yeah.
like even me reading it, I'm like
Yes.
bilateral. What does that mean? And then it's like, well, that's two, and then like what's the lateral part? I mean, I'm not sure why we have to use those words. I'm not sure we use the words
Yeah.
bilateral. Like we got to keep it simple. We got to keep it simple.
Exactly, exactly. But I think here's the update. It says USA Cricket is thrilled to announce Stake as a title sponsor for the upcoming USA versus Nepal Cricket Series, the Stake and Stars and Summit Trophy, and more broadly, as the principal partner of USA Cricket men's national team for the remainder of 2024. This partnership marks another significant milestone in the growth and promotion of cricket in the United States. So it is for only 2024.
Yeah,
Only for this year. So I mean, hey, we got like 2 months left, or 3 months left in the year. So
yeah, man. It's
yeah,
good they're
I
getting
mean,
involved. Someone sponsoring it now. Is it those other matches? The Scotland matches, are they going to be one dayers? Oh, they're ODIs. I see ODIs right
yeah,
here.
they're ODIs. Yeah, they're ODIs. The Cricket World Cup League Two schedule, which is starts on October
Yeah.
25th.
That's awesome though. They can extend the season. I mean, being in Texas, the weather's going to be good enough for her to play cricket. Like we just experienced here. We rocked up. I was ready to rock up on Saturday to play a game, and it's like 47 degrees, and
Yep.
it had been raining. It's like, I guess we can't play cricket today. But now this weekend it's going to be 72 degrees, so I'm sure they're going to get 70-degree weather down there in Texas. So they have a nice time down there, and it's a nice stadium. They have a nice time down there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be great. It's the weather's hot, so get the cricket year around. Same thing in Florida, and I'm sure even like North Carolina, like they can probably
Yeah,
still get cricket there.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so yeah, that's the update. Let us know your thoughts on these um, you know, um sponsorships, because obviously it's a good thing that we have it, but only for a few months. So it shows kind of hesitation from even the sponsor side kind of deal, right? That we don't want to invest for a long period, because I don't know what they can get out of USA Cricket in 2 months. It
Well,
seems
yeah,
like a testing type of a thing for
I
them.
think it's more like because cricket is running in these series rather than running like a national year round thing. Like it's not
Yeah,
running like the NFL where it's like 16 weeks scheduled or baseball 170 games scheduled. It's
yeah,
just like these pop up series. So pop up World Cup, pop up MLC because MLC was only 6 weeks long.
yeah,
And this is
yeah,
like a couple of days. Honestly, it's really 3 games, and then it's like the extras for the ODIs. So they're just putting something to it and like putting it in like putting a ribbon on it, basically saying, "Hey, we're going to play a couple games over the next couple weeks. This is the sponsor for it. Watch it on Willow." And again, you have to watch it on Willow. I'm going to be streaming it. I'm going to be streaming these on Discord over the next like there's those 3 games. Like they're 8 p.m. games, I think, here in the East Coast. So I'll have them on TikTok, just the regular audio, and then have the game streaming with my over-the-top audio on Discord, which would be cool. Back doing that. I did that during the World Cup, which was cool. So I'm
yeah.
gonna try to bring that back. And then we have a question in the chat from Will. Will wants to know our thoughts on the upcoming India Australia series, the summer of cricket in Australia, because we're winding down the summer here, little full action right here for the USA, and now we're going to roll into the Australian summer. Big Bash has already
Yeah.
started over there.
Mhm.
Pakistan's going to be playing Australia after they finish England. They're going to head to Australia, and then the big feature event, Boxing
India.
Day test, New Year's Day test is India, Australia. What are our thoughts from Will here? We might roll into that. So, maybe what are your thoughts? We might go like Pakistan, Australia first, and bleed it into India first. I know we're going to talk about what's happening in Pakistan, England right now. It's all happening.
Yeah.
There's all fun things happening.
A lot of good test cricket. India, New Zealand match starts tonight too. So
Yeah. India's warming up with New Zealand. Australia's warming up
yeah.
with Pakistan. And
But
Pakistan the worst? Is this Pakistan the worst team ever? Is this
uh,
Pakistan side the worst team ever?
I don't think it's the players, to be honest. It's the worst management ever and the worst people running the show ever. I think we can call it that, because That's the problem. I don't think it's the player. I don't think it's the talent. There's an abundance of talent. There's an abundance of good players there. It's just the leaders there and the people actually controlling the system it's what's messing with the
Because
whole
think
thing.
about
So,
think about the
all
good
political.
old days. Like think about the good old days. Like we grew up with Wazi Akram, we grew up with Shah Bakhtar.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah. No, we're a joke
Pakistan were
right
the
now, man.
goats, man. They were nothing. You couldn't mess with them, man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not like it wasn't an easy rodeo when you're playing them. But I honestly feel like they're gonna come to Australia and get absolutely rolled. Like that's how I think that's happening. I
they
think
will.
Australia's gonna roll them, and then into the India thing. I think Australia they're in trouble. I think Australia are in trouble against India. I think India are like goaded, like absolute god tier.
I think so, but I think it's gonna be hard to repeat that performance from the last time they were there. But I think they're gonna put like they India knows how to deal with Australia in their own backyard. So it's gonna be a battle, and I'm looking forward to that series the most this year. Is that India and Australia Test series? And I think if I had to like give a prediction right now, I would probably put Australia at 55% and India at 45%.
Wow.
It's literally that neck and
Wow.
neck for me. Yeah, but I
Wow.
would
I
give
wouldn't do
Australia the
that.
edge. I would give
Like,
Australia the edge slightly.
it's just, I feel it's different. I feel like, if we go back 10 years, we go back to even 10 years, like maybe even more than 10 years,
Yeah.
you go back a little 15 years, and you're like, okay, Australia's playing Pakistan. Okay. So we've got Matthew Hayden. We've got Justin Langer. We've got Ricky Ponting. We've got Steve Waugh. We've got Mark Waugh. We've got Gilchrist. We've got McGrath. We've got Gillespie. We've got Brett Lee. Whoever else I've missed. Andrew Simons is another guy in there, right?
Well,
You're
yeah,
like, okay, we're versing Pakistan, we're versing India. Okay, we're set. But I don't feel like Lavershame or even Smith, who's going to be playing, or Carey. Carey's been playing some good cricket. I mean, as keeper and batting. He's very, very good batting. He hasn't even been keeping, he's batting. But I just don't feel like the Cummins era is anywhere close to the same as it was in the Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne era. Like, I don't think it's the same. And I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you feel the same?
I to a certain extent, I think Cummins has the best bowling attack in my opinion that Australia's ever had over a long period. I mean,
that's a hot take right there.
I think so. I mean, you got Stark, you have Hazelwood, you have Cummins himself, probably the guy with the best IQ in cricket, in my opinion, right? As a captain, as a bowler, understands everything. So I think he makes up for a lot of the things that we think they may be lacking in talent. He does make it up with himself, just with the IQ and trying to get things, but he has bowling talent. I mean, he has a guy like Stark, has a guy like Hazelwood, then he has an off spinner like Lyon who has 500 test wickets. So he's had players who he can rely on in the bowling department. Batting has been a little bit of question for the Aussies, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm at, the batting.
I think things are going to look up now since Steve Smith is not opening. He asked to get brought down. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
And he actually asked his coach, I think whatever the guy's name is, McDonald.
I think McDonald said I think McDonald said you're not opening. But who are they going to have though? What do they got? They're going to have Smith in at what, 4? Lavishame in at 3? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works, but I don't understand how Mitch Marsh still plays cricket. I don't understand. I could go all day about how I don't think Mitch Marsh should be even on any of the teams. I don't understand it.
I don't know, man. I think he's your best all rounder, so he's way better than a Stoinis.
No.
You would prefer a Stoinis over a Mitch Marsh?
Well, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't prefer any of them. I wouldn't prefer Stoinis or Mitch Marsh or Tim David. Like, no.
Well, right now you got Travis Head. Head, who's
Travis Head is obviously phenomenal.
He's a match winner. Dude. I mean, the guy when he's on, he's gonna win you a game.
But he doesn't open. He doesn't open in the tests, does he?
He had been. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had been.
At some point, I think
now he's actually middle order. No, I think he dropped back himself. Like
yeah. Because you're gonna have Cameron Green. Cameron Green's in there somewhere.
Cameron
Oh,
Green's
he's
hurt.
hurt.
He's got a back injury. Yeah, he just had a
So who's
surgery.
opening? I don't. Who?
That dude is done. No, so Steve Smith's out and is not opening. He's going to come back to 4, and I don't know if
Okay.
Travis Head stays at 5 or if they move Travis Head back to open. So that could be an option. Then they can get an opener from their domestic setup, maybe a Matt Renshaw, maybe
Renshaw.
maybe somebody, maybe they bring back Bancroft. You
Oh
know,
no!
who knows, man? I mean,
Don't
they
do
have
it.
a few options, but they have a young guy too, Harris, right? Harris.
Oh, Harris. Yeah, he can bat. Yeah.
Marcus Harris, so he can
Yeah.
probably open. But Steve Smith's gonna come at 4. I don't know who's gonna be our 3. Probably Labuschagne at
Yeah.
5, maybe Head, and then
But then
Carey at 7
you
and
gotta
Marsh
find
at
two
6.
opens. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it plays out, who they select, and how it's gonna go. I mean, Carey honestly is in batting very well
Yeah, yeah.
because
I think they're yeah.
Inglis was keeping and Carey was batting. Like they had two keepers in the side. They had two
Yeah.
full-time keepers, and they were picking Carey on his batting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how we're working. Cheers,
Yeah.
Will. Thanks for your question.
Yeah.
That's how that's rolling. So it's going to be obviously we're going to see how it plays out, but fun times ahead. That's for
Fun
sure.
times ahead. And I don't know if you guys saw the Pakistan and England test where Pakistan went with 3 frontline spinners and 2 part-time spinners and 1 medium pacer as their bowling attack, and they're playing on a used pitch in Multan, which is essentially like a 7th-day pitch or a 6th-day pitch on a first day, which we're staying low, abrasive surface, and Jack Leach came into play early, and Shoaib Bashir, their other off spinner from England, did pretty well. But the game's evenly balanced. That game 250.
What about the first? How about Harry Brooks scoring 1,000 runs?
Oh man, that guy
317 and 280 or something. Someone else scored. Like, what are you
he scored a
talking
300.
about?
He scored a triple.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I think it was 317 was Harry Brook, and then Root I think was like 280 or something, 280s. But like that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. So a lot of good cricket.
That's batting on the road, batting on a highway.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are we seeing for a review? Let's review this USA versus Nepal series that's coming up. So
let's review it.
So what are we looking at for this USA series, man? I mean, it's 3 T20 international. Nepal is a tough side. I wanna do some content on Nepal cricket because the fans are truly passionate. The couple guys that we play cricket with here in our league, we got
Nepal guys in the team.
They told us, man, we want to see some content on Nepal cricket. So I'm like, all right, man, we got to work on something there. But a big following of Nepal fans, man, and I'm pretty sure that the stadium for all 3 of these T20 matches will be packed, and 90% of the fans will be Nepali fans.
Oh yeah,
what I'm predicting. Yeah, is what I'm predicting because they're all over that place.
Well, obviously it's bigger in Nepal than it is in the US. That's for sure.
No, but even the Nepal supporters here, like they travel in waves if they're coming from overseas. But the Nepal supporters here, there's big numbers, man, and like they're dieharded fans. So I'm looking forward to seeing these games. I'm not sure where these games are being televised.
So it's only on Willow. It's only on Willow. It's only on Willow. Yep. That's where it is. Yeah. So that's what we do. So we stream the stream in the Discord, and then I commented over the top to kind of explain it because that's the thing is like even if you go and put it on regular telly, like regular TV, you got Americans that are sitting there going like, "What the heck's happening? What the heck's going on?" And interestingly enough, down at the Oval the other day, while before training, I saw 2 guys coming to the field with baseballs and a baseball bat. And I was like, "Hey, do you guys know how to play cricket?" Like, "No, never. No, I don't know how to play. I heard it's a big bat." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Hey, how about I go get my bat and I come over and he throws some balls at me? Can you guys pitch?" He's like, "Yeah, we can pitch." So sure enough, they throw me the balls, hitting them with the cricket bat. I'm all patted up, by the way. It was pretty funny. They're like, "What the heck is this?" I'm like, I'm getting me pat up. And then I'm like, "Hey, can I grab the baseball bat?" Like, "Oh yeah, but it's gonna go super far." And then like I'm hitting these balls, and they're just like, "Wow, you hit the ball?" I'm like, "Yeah, because it's cricket. Like it's hand-eye coordination. It's not difficult. Like it's part of what we do." But they just have no concept of like anything that we're doing. And so it's just like that's what we need. You need people to like know. So like almost like you need to have these things televised live on TV, but you also got to have someone there explaining it.
That's for
like
sure.
walking them through it. Like, you know what I
Sure.
mean? So that's what I tried to do in my streams is basically walk people through like what's
Yeah, so
happening.
drop that Discord, man, for the viewers. You know, maybe they can join us in that Discord of yours, and it'd be good. So if
Yeah,
you have a
it's
link
in
you
my
want to drop
TikTok.
in the
It's
comments.
in my TikTok bio. You can find it in there. TikTok bio. You can find the
All
Discord link in
right. So
there.
Adam's
Yeah.
TikTok bio, would have a link for the Discord. So check that out if you guys want to watch the upcoming matches where Adam, streams in that Discord server. So
Yeah, we'll
it'd be
get
good
you
if
in
you
there.
guys want to.
We'll have a celebrity guest come on. Have you get you in there.
Sweet.
That'll be good. But yeah, no, great. Like, so what we expect for what had to happen, what I would like to see happen down in Texas is I want to see Ali Khan get all fired up. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
see him bring in the heat. I want to see 150 miles an hour because he really is. He's our fastest bowler, and
Yeah.
that's like he's a most exciting bowler. Obviously, Netra Volker, obviously very very good bowler, but I think that for the excitement factor, what he brings and gets the crowd into, I don't want to see Ali Khan like go off.
Yeah.
And obviously, we want to see lots some big hits, score a lot of runs. I want to see Goose and Patel put on a lot of runs. I want to see
Yeah.
Jones put on some runs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to see him like just rip in. And like Nepal isn't a scrub side. Like they almost beat South Africa.
Oh, they're a tough side.
They played very well in the World Cup. They were like literally inches away. Like I made that video.
Yeah.
Inches away from beating South Africa. They
Yeah.
literally was this like unfortunate event in the very last ball. They missed by 1 inch. And
They're
yeah,
very
so
evenly matched sides, man. They're very evenly matched
oh yeah,
sides. And you
oh
guys
yeah.
let us know in the comments, who's winning the series. Is it going to be USA? Is it going to be Nepal? We want to know what your guys' predictions are, thoughts are. So drop them in the comments. I think it's going to be a truly 50-50 series, the way these teams are stacked. And Ali Khan, is back in. He's their best bowler, as you mentioned. And I don't know if he's noticed on Facebook, his partnership with USA BMW, where
Really?
they're running sponsor ads, and like he actually has this full ad clip that USA BMW is running. So we were talking about the
That's amazing.
branding and all this other stuff. I've shared that in our private groups on Facebook in the Reverse Scoop. So if you search Reverse Scoop, join our group, you can check out those ads and sponsorship ads that BMW is running, and their face is Ali Khan. So I love that. Again, we were talking about this a few weeks back about branding, getting players out there, and doing these types of things to kind of bring out their best, kind of to people and letting them know what they're about. So I think it's a great way, and he's setting that tone right with with that partnership with USA BMW. So wanted to announce that for people that didn't know. But again, we're reviewing the USA and the Nepal series. Who's going to be your player to watch out from the USA, Adam? Who are you thinking is going to be the player
Well,
that Nepal need to be, wary of?
with the bat, I think McNamara, he's come off a great series in the UAE. I think, the young fella, he's just doing his thing. I mean, like he's a gun. He had played in the side, had to rest from the side, or kind of stepped down from the side a little bit, or moved to the side, I guess. Didn't play much in the World Cup. But I mean, he's young, he's hitting the ball, he's scoring runs. That's what you want to see. You want to see the big hits, and obviously Goose, my guy. You want to see top of the order scoring runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Jones is back. It's exciting. Like I really want Jones to go out there and be aggressive. I don't want him to be tentative. I mentioned about that a lot during the World Cup. He had that really great innings against Canada, and then he almost played like conservative cricket. And even just from me playing one game, like you play conservative cricket in T20 cricket, you're going to get out. And you're going to get out in a way that isn't exciting and it's not good. You're not feeling good. You'd rather get out hitting one on the boundary, like getting caught out on the boundary almost 6, than getting out like snicking one behind because you only just dabbed at a shot half-heartedly, So I really want him to like be aggressive. I want to see a lot of aggression from the US team, like just going at them. Yeah, that's what I really want to see. And I hope that's what we get.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think from my side, I think I have a couple guys that I want to that I think are going to have a very impactful series. I think one's Ali Khan, obviously, if he plays all 3 matches, he's going to have a big impact with his raw pace and ability to, clean tail and get wickets in bunches. Which is his ability. He'll get, once he gets a wicket, he'll get 2-3 in a quick fashion. So it
Yep.
dents the team back with the impact that he brings to the lineup. And then Mukamala, as you said, Mukamala, Gauss, Monang Patel, Aaron Jones coming back into the mix, right? These guys are top batters right now, and Milan Kumar also doing well with his all around performance. Kenjige, so I think all are up for great performances. But I think a guy that I think is going to have a big series is Shan Jangir.
Okay.
He had last couple good innings coming into this game. He was out of form before that, but the last 2-3 games, he's found his X factor, and I think he has a big series against Nepal coming up. So that's what my
Yeah,
expectations.
he was our on the fence player that we were talking about.
Yeah.
He needs to get some form in. And similarly, we had mentioned also about Taylor, and Taylor didn't find his form, but he's found his form, and yeah, I hope he gets some runs in there, batting at like 5-6 in the lineup there. Yeah.
Yeah, his role as an impact player. I mean, if you see his last innings, I mean, he faced like 20 balls, scored a 50. So I don't think we have guys that bring that to the table. I mean, he brings a 200 plus strike rate when he gets going, and that's
That's
the
what you want.
fashion he plays, and that's what you want. He's gonna come off in one game out of 10, but you got to be patient with him. You got to persist with him, and then give him that confidence boost. Back him, and he's gonna. I think this is the series where he's going to play without really any types of baggage and not a lot of pressure. It's a home series. He's played on that ground a lot of times, so I think he becomes good in this series and will have some impactful performances. In addition to obviously other guys that we mentioned, Gauss and Mukamala, Aaron Jones, and Monang Patel. I think those guys will get runs the way they usually do. So team is looking strong, man. I'm excited to see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We have it in
yeah.
the chat. Sundeep I can't say this. Ichani is from Nepal, one of the
There you
best
go.
spinners in the world.
Sandeep Lamishane. Yeah. Is
There
he
you
is he even
go.
in the squad?
Apparently, they're saying in the chat that he's in the Nepal squad. He's one of the best spinners in the world.
Oh yeah.
It's news.
He's a great spinner, but I thought he had a case going against him or something. I don't
I don't
know.
know. It's news
That
to
was a
me.
while back.
It's news to me. So
I'm trying to pull up the Nepal's
11.
yeah, Nepal squad, but I mean it's like they haven't announced it any. I mean, I don't see it.
Well, that's another thing we mentioned. We keep
Their
mentioning like
full
how
squad
they go
announcement.
about
But I know.
announcing the sides. And yeah, the Washington
Yeah.
Freedom Instagram page posted the team list with all the pictures and everything. And then they obviously highlighted everyone that played for the Freedom. And then I skipped over to USA Cricket's page and there's nothing. So and then again, I go to the USA Cricket's website, click on the schedule. The schedule hasn't been updated since 2022. So,
Wow.
but they've been updating. They've been doing good with updating these press releases, and obviously updating the sides. But it'd be nice if we could have some nice shiny, clip art. Put together the nice shiny team lists and post them out so we can reshare them and stuff. That would be nice.
USA Cricket does that. The USA Cricket's been doing that. It's just
maybe it's gonna come out tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, I
Freedom
think
were ahead of the game.
But Nepal, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna share on the screen Andrew Leonard's Facebook page. I don't know if you guys can check it out. He did some content for this upcoming series. So I shared it on the other page, but let's check it out.
Oh, it's a promo? Oh, I saw this. Yeah,
you can hear this.
I saw that.
Yeah. So this is the recording of it, but he posted the actual version, which I'm trying to bring up. Maybe is this
I
one?
know Nate. Nate reshared it on Instagram.
No, this.
Yeah.
This.
I don't know who posted the original post, but I know Nate shared it on Instagram. They said in the chat.
Oh yeah, it was Andrew Leonard.
He
Made it on the thing, and
they said Shandeep now is
yeah?
free. Allegations were fake. He's free now.
Oh yeah.
Chat says that
Oh,
he's
the
fake.
allegations were fake, so he's back.
That's what they say.
Oh yeah,
I don't
he's
know
a
anything
player to
about.
watch out for, that man.
I'll have to. I'm obviously when they watch
No,
this,
he's
I'm
a player
excited
to
to watch.
watch out for. If yeah, Sandeep Lamishane is one of their best leg spinners, and definitely watch out for that guy, man, because he can, be a handful with his spin. And I think this was the video.
Today, what are you doing? Ah, namaste, Rohit. Well, I'm packing for USA. We're finished the tour. Are you not coming down to Texas next?
Yes, we are coming.
Okay, you're bringing anyone with you?
Yes.
Who are you bringing with you?
Me.
Ah, some pal Cammy. Who else is with us? He's got to get there. Yeah. I see Shaker, Bim Sharkey. Jonty's never dropping that. What about the big man? Oh, there he is, Gulshan Jah. Okay, 3 T20s at the Grand Prairie Stadium in Texas. Rohit, when are they?
October 17th, 19th, and 20th.
Okay, 3 T20s under floodlight. Remember, it was a sellout crowd as Nepal played the Netherlands. We're looking forward to seeing you all there again. I'm going to be coming down, but more importantly, the real stars of the show, they're going to be taking on USA in those 3 T20Is, and then Scotland in the ODIs. 2 excellent sides. Can Nepal beat them? Get those tickets now, and you'll find out with us.
Wow, look at that. Gotta love that.
Yeah, that was cool, right? So like Andrew Leonard put that out there, and the guy, one of their captain, Rohit, he came in calling him Tuklu guy at the start. It means the bald guy in like Hindi or Urdu. So it was funny the way they started. He's like, "Hey, Tuklu guy," which essentially means bald guy.
Really?
Right. So it was funny at the start. Yeah, if you understand Hindi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So
playing cricket here in the US, it's like everyone speaks English until something goes wrong, and then everyone's speaking whatever. I don't know if it's Hindi or Pakistani or whatever. And it just seems like 10 times worse, 10 times angry when you're speaking Hindi or Pakistani or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then it's like all this, then like 10 phrases go by, and then they'll say one thing in English. And you're like, you guys aren't like that. And then it goes straight back into like the Hindi. I'm gonna say like shabash, 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 shabash.
Yeah, crazy, man, crazy. That's all you got to do, man. Just shabash,
shabash.
That's it, man. But yeah, that was some new Nepal players, and I think Rohit Paudel, I think, is their captain. Sompal Kami, Gulshan Jah, Muhammad Asif Sheikh, Bim Shark, I think is the other guy, the bowler. So these are great players, man, and I want to obviously excited to watch these guys, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good series to watch, man, and truly 50-50 contest for me. I don't know what it is for you, Adam. What are you calling it?
I want to give it at least 60-40 to USA. I want to give them at least some sort of little bit of a boost. And I mean, I want to see him win, and I want to see him get some airtime. I want to see like, something crazy happen and get some ESPN coverage, and Joan Boy get some coverage of it, and just get more of it. See it on the TikTok. Because that's the thing. Like, if it can make it on the high feeds of trending posts and trending sports, then it's all good. So
it's I
hope something crazy happens. I just want to see some crazy stuff, a couple of crazy sixes or a couple of crazy catches. I think the catches are probably like the thing that gets me with the most going is the crazy catches.
Yeah, it's all about the strategic approach, right? I mean, like right now you can be leveraging so many things, athletes from other sports and bring them on to these matches, and have them be on that broadcast, talk about the game, maybe sit in a commentary scene for 15 minutes or something, right? Just to get their audiences going and getting involved in the cricket. But again, these are the strategies that we've not taken advantage of, and it's been missed opportunities. We've discussed this in the past, during World Cup and other series, but how important it is, man, to keep these kind of things obviously aligned. We have a sponsor now for the rest of the year. So I'm sure even for them, this is something that they would want in the plans to, bring somebody out there to grow cricket and introduce them to new audiences.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see who they have down there. I feel like a lot of the people that came for MLC were basically all the Aussies, retired Aussie cricketers.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know who the audiences are, because obviously the core cricket audience will know who they are. Even if you're India, Pakistan, you're gonna know who Matt Hayden is. Like you all know who that person is. But for the regular USA fan, they're gonna know. They don't know who the hell Matt Hayden is. So yeah, it would be nice if we had some crossover somewhere. I know they're in Dallas. Get the Texas, get one of the Texas, get the Cowboys to go out there and do a little feature or something. I don't know.
Absolutely. It's an
what's
NFL season. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little stab here to all the Texas fans. Like, I'll just blew his name. What's his name? The guy from the Cowboys that can't throw a ball to save his life.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
He's pretty decent. He's decent. He just hasn't been in good form, but he's had some good years.
Where's his Super Bowl rings?
Yeah,
show me his Super Bowl rings. How many rings does he have?
Dallas shits the bed when it gets close to the playoff time.
How many rings does he have? I love this.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the new content strategy I want to have is just like shitting on NFL and some of the teams because like some of these teams just suck. And it's like I don't understand. The Cowboys are the biggest franchise in sport, all sport. There's so much money in the Cowboys. It's like crazy. We look at it. It's like they're like its own company.
It's like the Miami Marlins, man. The Miami Marlins suck so much with all that talent just because they lose a quarterback. And the entire team is just shit in the bed.
The Miami's terrible now.
Oh, Miami's terrible.
They lost that guy. Oh, I don't follow it that much.
Tua,
right?
That name is
right. But I would like to get into the I feel like we have to get into the American sports just to talk about American sports, so then Americans are following our talk on sport, and then we switch over to cricket. Because I have some hot takes on the NFL. Swear to God, some of these people are so overrated, and it's weird. I watch it from a rugby standpoint, and I'm like, the way the NFL people tackle, I'm like, this is stupid. Why don't you tackle properly? Why do you go head first? Why do you charge in with your shoulder and not wrap your arms around the guy? Especially in a sport where every inch matters.
Yeah.
It's like you watch these games. I watched the Lions Detroit on the weekend, and the Lions put up 50 points against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys couldn't do anything. And I'm like, at some point, I'm like, okay, just take the starting quarterback off the field and just put on the somebody else. And it doesn't make any sense.
No, it's a great strategy, man. I mean, I think it's just about bridging the gap, right? So if you get NBA players, NFL players, MLB players, even retired ones that are just maybe doing commentary right now, come and record 15 minutes of content that's going to be engaging to the average American viewer. The impact that can have, is going to be crazy because you're actually targeting and tapping into these people's audiences. You're connecting with your, ideal audience that you've defined that, hey, this is who I want my ideal audience to be. And you just nail it back down. Again, it's in a strategic approach that's lacking when it comes to these types of strategies. And we can be growing the game, smartly instead of trying to, work so hard and trying to, understand what we have to do. But it's literally just having the knowledge, filling that gap, and, going out there and applying it, which is the problem with USA Cricket right now, with marketing, especially because I think it's a lot of lost opportunities. And right now they could bring these guys into these series, bring them, on national television, get them broadcasted, and boom, so invest a little bit of money there. I think it's going to pay off big dividends.
For sure.
Yeah. So
for sure.
One thing I want to sign off with tonight is a question for the viewers. If you were in charge of one change for USA Cricket, anything from uniforms to game venues, what would you change? One thing, drop it in the comments. Adam, what would that one change be for you, man?
Oh, man.
Well, it's a tough one.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously you want to see cricket played in different venues. You want to see them played in some of these baseball stadiums, but obviously you can't really put them in the baseball stadiums. But I was thinking about having some sort of hybrid, doing some sort of hybrid thing, having the baseball kind of piggyback the cricket and kind of get people involved and make a novelty of it. They have
League?
What was that?
That Rookie League games? Remember the rookie
Okay.
league we were looking at last week?
Yeah. But
Like
like
the
you know
box
how,
game or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, but you know how they have that banana league, like the have you
Yeah.
seen banana baseball?
No.
It's like basically this. It's basically WWE, but like for baseball. So it's like it's not real
Really?
baseball. It's entertainment baseball. So they have like a bunch of guys
Interesting.
and they dance, and then they actually pitch real balls and they hit real home runs. But like
That's so
it's a
funny.
show, right? They make it a show. You got to look it up. It's like
That's crazy.
banana baseball. They even had like
That's
some of the guys from the Backstreet Boys come and they did like choreographed dances and stuff. But they make the whole
clever.
thing entertaining. So the fans are involved in it and they're dancing and there's music
Clever.
and they're hitting home runs. But it's basically like it's a ticketed event. And I'm like, you could do something similar with cricket where you're making some sort of like hybrid event where you have the guys come out and you're making them like hit in the V and you give them a cricket bat and they're like, run to first base and, like these modified games that we saw with the rookie league. And, you could have that as like what's the word?
Yeah.
Pre-entertainment, pre-game
Yeah.
entertainment or whatever. And just like make some of these hybrid games just to get people like involved with it. But yeah, that's all I like to see. And then apart from that is the baggy green. Obviously, is like the iconic Australian thing that you wear during the test matches. It would be cool if USA could bring on like a baggy blue or baggy like red, white, and blue, or they wear like the iconic baggy hat that the test players wear. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, and the jacket has to be a USA flag jacket, right?
All USA flag jacket. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Fully stitched up. Yes. I want to see more of that. I saw a guy today walking into the grocery store with he was in his 90s. He had an oxygen tank and everything, but he had an iconic cricket sweater on. It was a knitted cream sweater with like the blue like on the sleeve right here and on the bottom, and it was like the V-neck fully knitted sweater. And I was like, I didn't say anything to him, but I was like, this guy must be English. He has to be English, and that is a cricket sweater. Guys, a cricket sweater. We've got to bring back cricket sweaters. We've got to get the USA team wearing cricket sweaters, a little red, white, and blue stitching like knitted into there, but the cricket sweater. That's what we need.
Yeah, I think we definitely need it. But I mean, we don't play test cricket, right? So,
but we just need it. We just need it, especially for this fall weather.
Just need it for
this
style,
fall weather.
right?
Yeah, it's the style. Because if you watch them, I know now, like they played in England. Australia played in England recently, and they have like every player had like three layers on.
Yeah.
They had like their over.
Crazy.
They had their over sweater, and then they had their sleeveless sweater, and they had their t-shirt on, and they're like bowls ripping off their layers to bowl, then putting their layers back on because it was freezing in England, you know. But the sweater check. That's what we need. We need the sweater check vibes in the cricket. That's what we need.
I think so too, man.
Especially here in New England.
Cool sweaters.
Yeah, bring the sweaters back.
Yeah, bring the cool sweaters. I think great idea. It's a great idea to maybe even come up with it on your TikTok shop, man. Or I can drop some.
Yeah, we'll find someone that makes hand-knitted sweaters. I mean, that could be. It can be like a whole thing. You mean it's like it's trendy.
I mean, we can put it in the reverse scoop shop.
It's like country club vibes. It's yacht. It's on the yacht rock vibes. Like it's yacht country club vibes. We can get a crossover. And then we'll get the golfers wearing them, and all of a sudden it's a whole trend.
I think we can start a trend, honestly, with just those test sweaters, but with like funny things in the front of it. So like you could have jokes or something, but you gotta have a twist, maybe a statement of sorts. Like
ugly sweaters
or funny, not ugly sweaters, like cricket sweaters, with actual statements or something on the front of it. To make it like something trendy. Like you just find the trends and you see what you can do with it. And you make retro like new cool or something,
Okay. I'm happy with the plain old like classic sweater. I'm happy with that. But if we were gonna go,
we all at least have one of those. I think we all at least have one of those in our cupboard somewhere.
Yeah, if you're not a real cricketer unless you have one of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we should pop one out for next episode and just do the next episode in those white
sweaters. All whites.
Yeah.
I'll bring out a wide brim hat. Oh
we,
man,
we should do an
What a-
episode in all whites. That'd be
we
good.
should do. We should do. You gotta keep it real, keep it professional.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Very good. Well, what a
Oh, yeah.
podcast, guys. What
Yeah.
an episode.
You just hit that hour mark, and yeah, I think it was a great podcast tonight. Adam, we got anything else to add, man, for tonight, or are we good?
Stay tuned, guys. The live stream for the Nepal USA game.
Yeah.
Check in on the TikTok there. On the Adam Bannon Cricket USA TikTok there. We're getting Nabil. Hopefully he will swing in there, get us
Absolutely.
some celebrity commentary during the live stream. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Up USA. Let's go, guys. Get
Let's go,
excited.
USA. All right, guys. Nabil Khan and Adam from the Reverse Scoop calling it a night. Have a good night.